My name is Austin Cassell, son of a captain for the Henderson Police Department. Throughout my life, my dad has not just been an inspiration to me, but a hero to my entire community. To me, a father's responsibility is not just to support a child, but it is to be a role model who provides an example of a man who is honest, ethical, ambitious, hardworking, and dignified. All traits that describe my dad and everybody who works to make our community safer. These are traits of the shoes I intend to fill. The job of a police officer is to disregard one's own safety and well-being, throwing yourself into dangerous situations to protect his or own community. This quality of selflessness is the greatest single characteristic a person can have. Admirable so much that when raised by it, it is difficult not to adapt it yourself. If you are unsure of the effect of being raised by this golden standard, consider the case of my grandfather, a now retired Las Vegas Metropolitan Police officer. On September 11, 2001, he turned on the news and watched the greatest and most senseless act of violence on American soil unfold. His first instinct was that he needed to rush into this still unfolding hell to help the innocent people whose lives were forever changed that day. He and his FEMA team responded to join the rescue and relief efforts. One generation later, his son, my dad, would be awoken late in the night to a phone call that an active shooter had opened fire into the Route 91 Harvest Festival, a scene that had turned into a war zone of bloodshed, uncertainty, and terrorism. I wouldn't find out until the next morning, but my dad rushed to the scene during the historically dark night, following the footsteps of his father. Waking up the next morning, hearing the news, I would find out that I had close friends at this concert, their clothes soiled with the blood of those victims around them, but who themselves were safe because of people like my dad. The feeling of relief finding out that my friends have been graced with the protection of first responders is now a feeling that I want to be able to give to others in my community. Soon after the event, I would talk with my uncle, the Clark County Fire Chief, and hear how much sleep was lost from him and his team in an effort to respond to the tragedy the best they could. This event forever changed my perception of the world. It validated how fragile our lives are and how deep-rooted evil can be in the world around us. It also showed me how tragedy can bring us together and make us stronger, with our city banding together through relief efforts from police, fire, paramedics, volunteers, charities, and prayers from people all across the city and across the nation. The only thing that stands between us and the threat of evil is the altruistic men like those in my life who put themselves in the line of fire to shield their community. Through my dad's work as a police officer, he has kept my community safe and showed me the importance of looking out for others. I'm proud to come from a family that gives so much for my community, and I'm excited to pursue this path myself. I've been lucky to grow up in a community protected by my own dad and the Henderson Police Department, and the city ranked the second safest city in America by Forbes. Because of how hardworking the law enforcement community works to keep crime off the streets, I have been blessed to have a childhood of me being able to play out in the street and parks with my friends without having to worry about being hurt by what I understood as bad guys. Growing up, I never understood serious crime. I wasn't in the presence of any gang activity. I wasn't worried about being unsafe when I left the house to play with my friends because I knew I was being protected. As I get older, I realize that the life I enjoy doesn't come without sacrifice, and not many people get to have the kind of childhood that I did. I think it is so important to maintain this kind of environment for future generations and want to do anything that I can to pass down the innocent childhood I was lucky enough to have. To me, having a parent who's such an active member in my community means having a parent who gives everything to not only protect his children, but families all around him. And it means that he has set the example for a safe and thriving community for me and future generations to maintain and protect. Thank you.